It's in the Saints, and it's coming up next.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Now Hill looking to throw on first. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Hill. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Hill throwing once more. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Second and 10. Here's Hill. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit. I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Hill. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around the finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
On 2nd and goal, Hill. And with it flagged down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Play action. Now Kaepernick. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a play fake. Kaepernick on the move to his left. There's Jefferson to pull that in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Kaepernick, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Joseph's got it. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back at him. They get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing.
I
love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Hill's throw complete there to Smith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
The Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's Hill. Now he's flushed out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure. Let's go, boys.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
7 yards, the pickup there. Throwing again on second down. Hill. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Flush to his right. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. Touchdown, Vikings! K.J. Osborne. 81 yards, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On first down, it's Hill. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
On the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
From the 36, Hill to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
To throw is Hill. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Brings up second and 10.
Back to throw, Hill. And this one's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Hill. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Kaepernick now on first down. Buying time to his left. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. So we hit. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome. Let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on fourth down. And he's got some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 49 yards for Dalvin Cook. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The solid stiff arm. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. Cook, a first down and more. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And down to the 27-yard line. 107 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now a run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Saints' 22-yard line.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Saints 3. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle taken in, and he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Hill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Again, this is Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Hill. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, 53 yards. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. On the carry, it's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but Zimmer staring down our referees. So the decision to throw the flag winds up being a correct decision for Mike Zimmer. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Vikings! From 19 yards away. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Saints 10. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident up to on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And That one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. A shotgun snap for Hill. Looking here for Smith downfield. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 163 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They look like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's Kaepernick. Completes it to the fullback Ham. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he dives his way forward to right around the line of scrimmage, so nothing there that time. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth. And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it? Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And now the rookie's free. The 20. Touchdown. A great effort there. 81 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. Hill looking to throw for it. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be forced to dive forward just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Joseph's got it. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. He'll throw complete there to Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Looking to throw again on second down. Hill in trouble, and he's taken down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.